This is something I always tell anyone who gets to listen. Your hair does not need a lot of product. Your hair does not need that 7 steps routine. Your routine does not need to be complicated at all to grow a healthy and even longer hair. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I have been MIA for a little while now, but I promise it is not intentional. Life and work has been really overwhelming, but that is that. In today's video, I'm going to be putting you through my simple hair care routine that has helped me grow really healthy and long natural hair. This is something I always tell anyone who gets to listen. Your hair does not need a lot of product. Your hair does not need that 7 steps routine. Your routine does not need to be complicated at all to grow a healthy and even longer hair. I'm going to be showing you everything I do to my hair that has helped it grow longer, healthier, and even thicker. And you can call this a lazy girl routine. Now, my hair has been in this protective style for like 5 to 6 weeks now, and it has grown to a great extent. Today, I'm going to be taking you through my entire hair care routine, from my wash day to my moisturizing routine. And the very first thing I love to start off with is Prepoo. Now, some people might argue that Prepoo is not mandatory, which I agree with, but personally, I love to Prepoo my hair. I always love to Prepoo my hair. Now, Prepoo creates this protective barrier between your hair and the shampoo you're using, especially when you're using a clarifying shampoo. Also, Prepoo is going to help detangle your hair if your hair is out. Okay, if you have your hair out, Prepoo is going to help you detangle your hair easier and even less painfully. So for this Prepoo today, I used the hot oil treatment. Now, by saying hot oil treatment, I do not mean burning hot. It's just warming up your oils to just be warm and not burning hot. Okay, so the benefits of this Prepoo treatment: this can help you retain moisture in your hair. It can also help you to reduce breakage and frizz. And if your hair is out, it's going to help detangling and also to prevent breakage during detangling. Now, when I was done saturating, I literally mean saturating my hair with the oil. I covered with a plastic wrap and then my shower cap, and then I let it sit for 30 minutes. Trust me, there is no reason to leave your Prepoo overnight. That is like hours. There is literally no reason to leave your Prepoo overnight. It has no special thing it does for your hair. It has no improved thing it does to your hair. Okay, 30 to 45 minutes is okay. And when you're using a steaming cap, 15 to 20 minutes is fine. Because as beneficial as Prepoos might be, it can also be damaging when you leave it for a long period of time, especially when you're making use of Prepoos that are high in protein, which can lead to moisture and protein overload, and you do not want that. When my 30 minutes was over, it was time to finally wash off my hair. I saturated my hair with water just to rinse off the oil and also set a base for my shampoo. Now, ordinarily, if my hair was out, I would wash my hair in sections, but because my hair was in protective style, I had to do it like that. Now, the shampoo I'm going to be using today is a Mega Growth Stimulating Shampoo. This shampoo is really good to my hair. I love the shampoo, and again, it is also very affordable. Now, personally, this shampoo is really very mild, really very gentle, and also very soothing to my scalp. So I applied a generous amount of this shampoo to my scalp, scrubbed my scalp gently. Now, if you have a scalp massager, this is where it comes to play. But if you do not have a scalp massager, use the tip of your fingers. Avoid your fingernails. You don't want to cut open your scalp. Massage your scalp gently. Massage the roots of your hair, and then also your strands. You need to also wash your strands as you're washing your hair. I know it might sound technically impossible to not wash your strands as you're washing your scalp, but there are people that actually skip their strands and wash just their scalp, and that is it. Wash the whole of your hair, please. Wash every part of your hair. Wash the roots, wash the scalp, wash your strands, please. Okay? So when I was done washing, I had to rinse it off. And now, because my hair has not been washed in like 4 to 5 weeks, and I've used products religiously, I've moisturized my hair religiously, I know I've got a lot of build up, or if not a lot, I've got products build up. Okay, so that is why I love to double cleanse. Now, this is not mandatory. If you're not the type that apply products religiously, or if you're not the type that actually styles your hair with a lot of products, you can choose to just cleanse once. But because I've used a lot of products over time, I love to double cleanse. I love that two-factor authentication. Just like the first time, I scrubbed my scalp gently. If you have a scalp massager, you can use that. If you don't, just use the tip of your fingers. Nothing spoiled. Okay. So when I was done with my double cleansing, I rinsed it off and then I proceeded to the next step. Another thing I feel I should chip in is that there is no particular temperature of water that I use specifically to wash my hair. On some days I use lukewarm water, on some days I use cold water, and for this very wash day I use just cold water. Okay, there is no particular temperature I must use. For the next step, this is the deep conditioning step. You have to deep condition your hair. If you've not yet started deep conditioning your hair and you've been on this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Deep conditioning is not overhyped. Deep conditioning is not just talks and rants. Deep conditioning works. When you wash your hair, you're cleansing your hair of some natural oils and nutrients. Now, what does this deep conditioning do? Deep conditioners kind of replenish these natural oils and nutrients that you have lost while shampooing your hair. And especially when you're not using a moisturizing shampoo. When you're using a cleansing or clarifying shampoo, you should make the conditioning mandatory. And even while you're using a moisturizing shampoo, deep conditioning should be mandatory in your routine. Just start. You're going to see a huge difference in your hair. Okay, it also helps to reduce breakage. It also improves elasticity. It's also going to boost hair shine, and it also deeply moisturizes your hair. That means it adds an extra layer of moisture to your hair. So if you're going to listen to me, deep conditioning is a must. You should start deep conditioning. The deep conditioner I made use of is a Mega Growth Break-Free Deep Conditioner, which is going to strengthen and repair your hair. Once I was done deep conditioning, I covered my hair with a plastic wrap again, covered with a shower cap, and then I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes. And while my hair is heating up under that plastic wrap and shower cap, I'm going to prepare my hair teas. I really love hair teas. Now for the hair tea today, I'm going to be making use of green tea. You all know that we love green tea over here in this channel. Green tea contains DHT blocker, and DHT is a hormone that has been associated with hair loss. Now when green tea blocks this DHT, it reduces hair loss, it reduces breakage, it strengthens your hair. So the next tea I'm going to be making use of is pure peppermint tea. Peppermint tea can be said to be a hair growth stimulator because peppermint on its own can increase blood circulation in the scalp and then improve the blood supply to the hair follicles, which are both very important for promoting hair growth. Now I made use of 1 tea bag of each of my teas, and there is no specific brand of teas that you can use. You can use any brand of green tea or any brand of peppermint tea, and also you must not use 2 of them at once. If it's just one that you have, if it's just one that is available to you, you can use that. Okay, you can still get the job done. I just happen to have the both of them available, and why not? So I poured hot water over my teas, and then I'm going to let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. By the time I was done with my tea, my 30 minutes that I set for my deep conditioner has elapsed. So I'm going to now rinse it off. Now you have to properly rinse this off. You have to rinse this off with a lot of water. You don't want to have build up. You don't want to have remains, okay? You have to properly rinse this off, because also it is very important to note that as beneficial as your deep conditioning may be, it can also be detrimental when you leave it for a longer period of time. And I also recommend you use steaming cap. That way it reduces the amount of time you're going to leave it in. Okay, using a steaming cap, you can go for 15 minutes, you can go for 20 minutes, you can go for 25 minutes. But without a steaming cap, you can do 30, 35, 45. Okay, but leaving it very long, it's not going to have any additional benefits. Okay, you don't want to get moisture overload, you don't want to have protein overload. So I always recommend you go with the stipulated time on the instruction of your product. Okay, so properly rinse it out. When I was done rinsing it off, it was now time to use my hair tea. I usually use this as a final rinse. Now, hair teas can be used to stimulate hair growth by promoting blood circulation in the scalp, in turn improving blood circulation to your hair follicles and then promoting growth. They can also be used to reduce breakage, reduce shedding, strengthening your hair. There are lots of benefits to this hair tea, and I love to use it as a final rinse. I love to use it as a final rinse and also a leave-in rinse. I don't like to wash it off. So when I was done saturating my hair and my scalp and my strands with my hair tea, I massaged it gently into my scalp for a couple of minutes, okay, just to kind of activate it and get it to penetrate into my scalp. And remember, I am not going to be washing this out. It is a leave-in hair tea. Now, when I was done with that, I'm going to cover my hair with a clean cotton cloth. You can use a microfiber towel, just not use the regular towel you use for your body. So I covered my hair with a clean cotton and then I'm going to let it dry. Now this is actually the next morning. I literally just woke up. I was getting ready for work, but there is no way I would leave for work without moisturizing my hair at least. So at this point, my hair was not fully dried. It was still damp, but then not soaking wet damp. You can just feel the dampness, okay, but you're not going to feel the water. You could just feel the dampness. So I had to spray a little bit of water to my hair just to get up the hydration level, because your hair actually needs to be hydrated, and water is more like the only thing that can hydrate your hair. Every other thing might moisturize your hair, but water hydrates. Some people confuse hydration with moisturizing, but hydration focuses on bringing water into your hair, and moisturizing focuses more on trapping and keeping the water locked in your hair. So you need to hydrate with water first before you moisturize. So the next thing I did after my water was to go in with my Mega Growth Daily Strengthening Leave-In Conditioner. At this point, you can say I am a Mega Growth girly. I really do love their products. They are good to my hair and they are also very affordable. And because I am trying to take down my protective style, I am not going to go too heavy on the product I am using. So I use a little amount of my leave-in conditioner, yet generous. So when I was done with my leave-in conditioner, still in the hydration and the moisture I had gotten, I'm going to be using my DIY hair growth oil. If you don't know this oil by now, you are missing. This is some sort of my holy grail oil. I call it my hair elixir. It is an Ayurvedic hair growth oil that is formulated with natural and Ayurvedic herbs and spices. I made this video on this channel and I'm going to have it linked in the description box. It's also going to appear up here, so if you've not seen or watched it, run, not walk. Go and check it out and enjoy. So when I was done applying the oil to my scalp, I massaged it into my scalp for a couple of minutes. This is going to help promote blood circulation in your scalp and in turn promote blood flow to your hair follicles, stimulate your hair follicles to grow hair, and then in turn you're growing healthy hair. When I was done applying it to my scalp, I applied it onto my strands just to seal in the moisture I had gotten from my water, my leave-in conditioner. And because my hair was in protective style, I had to press harder to get it into my strands. Okay, when I was done with this part, I put it in a twist and then I'm going to proceed to the next one. So when I was done with everything, when I was done moisturizing and sealing in the moisture in my hair, this is what we have. My hair was fully moisturized. Now you can also use hair butter before or after your oil. It depends on your hair porosity and it depends on how heavy you're trying to go on your moisturizing routine. I'm trying to keep everything light. I'm trying to keep everything simple because, like I said, I am trying to take down my protective style soon. Okay, so I'm not trying to go heavy on the product. When I was done, this is what my hair was looking like. Very moisturized, shiny, very bouncy, very juicy. My scalp felt alive. My hair felt neat. Okay, so yeah, keep it very simple, keep it very basic, and you're not going to have any issues We've come to the very end of this video. I hope you found this video really helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down there in the comment section, share to people you think might need this video, subscribe to me if you've not yet subscribed already. Thank you guys for 10k subscribers. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.